To actually just give a little summary of the conference and just to kind of get some feeling about what it was about, and maybe for the people that participated in the conference, and I see we've got at least 6 people here on the call tonight that did participate, just, you know, your takeaway from the conference, and we can maybe do that. Before I do that, I don't know, have you all watched the video from the conference that's been produced? No? Okay. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll share my screen and let me see if I can actually get that up. Where is it? I'll just share this now. We'll watch it. It's 30 seconds or so, and then we'll come back on the call together.
Everyone and anyone who likes to be part of a mission about inspiring healthy living.
That's it. So just to give you a little flavor about you know, what the conference was all about, and just some flavor. Let me tell you my experience first of all. My name's Gordon Wilkie. I've been involved in business now 28 years, and this is probably, I've got to say, it's maybe in at least 28 years, if not 30 different conferences that I've been to over the years. And I use it as a fuel, and the fuel that I get from this kind of keeps me going for the next 6 months. And I wasn't disappointed at all. I thought the conference was great. I thought the content was a mixture of different platforms. The second day for me was one of the most highlights, not only because I appeared on stage, but I think the healthcare professional panel was something that I really, really liked. And listening to the doctors and listening to how Juice Plus works is something that really does excite me. I'm excited, and we are excited, as you say, with Michelle here sitting next to me. We're excited. Marcel, could you just mute your phone? You're muted, okay. We're excited about opening of new countries, and I think that was seen there, that we had new countries coming into the Juice Plus arena, and they include Portugal, which, from our point of view, Portugal is a country that we haven't been in, but yet we live in, so that's very exciting, and we're excited about that. And, you know, that's really where I am. Oh, somebody's speaking. Let's see what's happening. Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. Just hold 2 ticks. I know exactly what I'm doing. I think I've got the next video coming on, and let me just get out of this. Yeah, let me close this down. There we go. There we go, technical hitch. It wasn't background noise, it was the noise from the video, the next one that came on afterwards. So let me pass on to Michelle, and then perhaps Michelle can share her takeaways from the conference and what she thought of what it was this time around.
Hey guys. I mean, overall, conference is great. At every conference I go to, I think I come back, I'm totally motivated, really inspired. Every conference, I think, has a completely different feel. And in many ways, this didn't have perhaps as much content in terms of how to do the business. And perhaps in some ways that was slightly disappointing. Certainly on the first day, I felt like that. But the second day did make up for it. We had our own Dan Furlon, who did an absolute superb job. I mean, his presentations just get better and better. I mean, they're totally inspiring, motivating, but really there's that emotional link as well. And I think Dan kind of gets more and more polished with his delivery, if you like. So that was a real highlight. On the first day, we had a breakout session, and that for me, so first off, we had, they were running simultaneously and then swapped rooms, so we got both of them. So first of all, we had Sue Aldry sharing the products, and then we had a business sort of presentation with Dan Aldridge and Mary Penrose, both who've got, you know, incredible businesses that are really on the build at the moment. And for me, that should really have been on the main stage and not as a breakout session. And it's something I'm going to share with, you know, the Juice Plus sort of hierarchy, because, you know, I think that was something that everybody should have got a feel of, and it really was one of the you know, the highlights in terms of, you know, learning something from. The other highlight for me was our team dinner, which I have to say, year upon year, it always is. As I said, each conference has a different feel, and even our team dinners have a completely different sort of feel. And this year, being in Edinburgh and Gordon doing the address to the haggis, I thought was really special. But, you know, it's you guys that make the conference for me. It's kind of being there with my team, you know, with our team, and that's really, it cements everything with, you know, going out for the dinner that Aviva organised for us at the vegan restaurant on the Friday night, which was a super cool place. Katie organised the after conference sort of get together, and we sat outside shivering with blankets over us drinking hot toddies, which again was really memorable. So lots and lots of different things to sort of take on it. Interested to see what next year will bring, with the spring conference just being a one day only. I think in some ways, I know some of us were talking about it, Katie and I were saying, you know, God, we loved it, our overnight stays, which I'm pretty sure the November one will be. But I think the whole thing about doing a one-day conference, it does open it up to a lot more people, because obviously there is, you know, an expense involved with, you know, travelling, certainly with Edinburgh being such a long way away, and, you know, accommodation and everything else. So I think a one-day conference will make it far more accessible. But I think the other side of that is it should open it up for us to be able to take more prospects to. And I think, you know, sat there listening at the conference, sometimes you hear it from your, you know, what you get from it, but when you've got a brand new prospect sat next to you, or a brand new distributor, you see it through different eyes. So that's something else to bear in mind when you're, you know, either taking your team or thinking of your prospects, that, you know, people that are on your prospect list to take with you. So.
Okay, brilliant, thank you. And you know, as Michelle said, our dinners are something to behold. And one of the things that I will post up, and I did get a recording of it, was we had 196 years worth of experience of NMDs, IMDs, PMDs, EMDs at that dinner. And each one gave one tip as to what their, if you like, recommendation to a new distributor was. And I will post that up. It was phenomenal. And it was worth just the entrance money to the meal and the conference just to listen to what was going on there. So that was good. And I have to echo what Michelle said about Dan Furlong. I mean, not only has he put his body on the line and you know, kind of done amazing stuff for charity, but his confidence as a speaker has just grown. So that has been brilliant, and all the rest of it. So, Aviva, would you like to unmute yourself and maybe just come on and give us your takeaway from the conference, please?
Hello.
Hi.
My takeaway, 100% health professionals panel. I mean, hello, come on. You know, these are top health professionals that promote our products, you know, most of whom were skeptical at first, then either look into the science or decide to try the products themselves, and, you know, then really notice the effects on their health. And it's just massive.
Okay,
I agree.
And anything in particular from that healthcare professional panel? Because I know that, you know, Jeff Montague-Smith hosted that, and I thought he was excellent.
He was really, really good. Actually, the thing that really struck me was the lady with the skin issues, who really stressed that, you know, a few months in, she hadn't had that clear for her. But a long way down the line, 2 years in, the whole issue has gone completely, and it's affected her for many years. And it's just stressing to us. We always hear people that, 2 months in, they say, oh, I don't feel anything. It's a long-term fix.
Yeah.
Our body's changing at a cellular level, and she was very clear, do not stop,
Yeah.
And, for customers who, many people notice differences straight away, but for customers that don't, you can't see prevention anyway. And then listening to a lady like the one on stage who had such incredible results, but much longer into her journey, much later into her journey, I thought that was great.
Okay.
And I have many people with skin complaints that I can send that to.
Yeah, excellent.
And of course, I love seeing you all, and I always love the dinners, probably more than the parties, although everyone here probably knows I do like to party. I do love the dinners.
Actually, it was very interesting seeing the white party because everyone was in white.
Well,
not
nearly everyone. We had somebody that missed the memo.
Oh, well,
Miss
never mind.
Katie.
Okay. Well, thank you, Aviva. Jerry by the lamp, being a healthcare professional, do you want to unmute yourself and maybe just give us your takeaway from that as well? I'm a bit worried with the scissors, Jerry.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Can we see you at all?
That's a step forward for me. Yes, fantastic. Well, I was traveling on day 2, so I wasn't able to watch that professionals, what's the name? But I loved the meal. I loved the haggis situation. It was wonderful, and I was really impressed by, like we were about those the NMDs and upwards who gave their little hot tip. They all had something different to say, different take, and it all seemed to be really relevant. And I was really impressed by that. They know their stuff, And so it was great to see everybody. It was really important for me to see people and talk to them and catch up on stuff. And hopefully maybe we'll see Marcel one day and Elsra, because it's been a long time. I watched a bit of the video of Dan talking, and I thought he was absolutely brilliant. Yes, it was extremely good. I'm going to email him about that, I think. So, and also, I was also keen on to hear about the expansion across the globe, even Portugal. And so that was good, but I'm not sure I've got anybody in mind in those places. Yeah, anyway, so that was good.
Something for the future then.
Yeah, all right, yeah. That was it, I think. So it was great to be in Edinburgh. I love Edinburgh anyway. It was just fantastic to be there again.
Yeah.
And,
good.
Out my teams. Yeah,
okay, thank you, Jerry.
Okay.
Natasha, there we go. You had your team there, which was fantastic, and I think it's always good to bring your team to these conferences because they see the picture as well, and you spent a couple of extra days there as well. So tell us your takeaways from the conference.
Okay, well, where do we start? It's always so good, and it's always lovely seeing everyone as well. It's like meeting up with a massive big family party. The meal is always absolutely brilliant, and I was looking forward to that as well. And we love seeing people from the other side of the family as well, from the other teams in Aquila. That's lovely, and connecting with them. Obviously, I've heard Sunday to Saturday, and to be honest with you, I can't really remember much of Saturday. But again, the healthcare professionals, listening to their stories, testimonials, having Dan Furlong up there, you just feel a very proud moment. Obviously, Zumba always love to get on the stage. Just loads, and Emma Karen being up there and Sinead. Just hearing them all, it's amazing. You come away with so much that you just have to process it and go back through your notes and your videos, because it's just so much. But you come back high and really, really excited. Yeah.
And it's that excitement, really. I mean, I remember speaking to our upline from America, and statistically, there are more people sponsored within the next 4 weeks than any other time and during the year. After a conference, the next 4 weeks is fairly critical. And I know from our own kind of numbers so far, one of my guests that came to the dinner, and he didn't even come to the conference, he came to the dinner, he signed up, having heard the 10 points from all those people, he signed up after the dinner. So I've got Stormin Norman, and he was my very first distributor 28 years ago, signed back into the business again.
Wow. Did anyone video the speeches at the dinner?
I did. We've got them somewhere. We're going to download them onto a platform that we can all share and listen to. So I'm in the process of doing that, and so that would be good. And I know that I see Iona on the call. She's actually sponsored our very best friend into the business as well. So there you go. And a number of PCPs done as well. So good. Excellent. Lovely to see you, Sasha. Thank you very much. Katie, I see you there. Come and tell us, what about your takeaways from the conference?
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Here.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was amazing. I've got a list. I've made a list of all my most favourite bits. So I think everyone is kind of in unanimous sort of decision that Saturday wasn't as good as Sunday. But like Michelle said, the breakout sessions were brilliant.
Yeah.
Like if we could, like as soon as those tickets go up, we should all be grabbing them, because we didn't even have to pay any extra for them either, did we?
No, they were free.
They were totally free. So the thing that I got from that, I like obviously I love the talk with Sue Aldreve, and also that she came and sat with us, and she's like one of your friends really, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's so knowledgeable and amazing. So I loved her talk about the nutritional properties and all that kind of stuff. But the business one was brilliant. I really felt that Dan Aldridge said something that really sort of resonated with me. He said, like, you don't have to find a tribe. And since I've been in this business, they've all been going on about you've got to find your tribe. And I'm specifically I'm a 46-year-old, quite heavily tattooed mum of 3. That's very difficult to find someone that's in my tribe and someone that thinks the same way as me and wants the same things as me. So I've always found it really difficult. But actually, you're not looking for that. You're looking for someone that wants a change in their life. And that really kind of was a bit of an aha moment for me. And also, the sitting on a gold mine analogy was amazing. I really felt, I always feel like that anyway, but when you hear someone on stage saying that, it really kind of hits home. And I didn't record that, so I'm not sure, I haven't seen any recordings of Mary saying that, but it would be brilliant if we could. It was really good. Obviously the team dinner, your address, Gordon, was amazing. And I was saying to you, wasn't I, like, if we'd just gone to Edinburgh for a weekend, we would never have been able to experience that. That was such a special memory, and the bagpipes and everything. So thank you so much for that. That was absolutely brilliant. And of course, me personally, I got into the VIP. Me and Michelle had our makeup done. And if we all can get into that VIP area next year, we've got to try and get there, because it just makes you feel special. You can nip up any time of the day, you can get a bit of food, you can get some drink, you can hang out with all of the top leaders. It was just such a special thing for me to do, so that was fantastic. Everyone's talking about the healthcare panel, which was amazing. Dan Furlong and Emma Karen stood out for me on Sunday. They were both amazing speakers. I really actually liked the lady from Instagram, because she was just, reiterating the trends that are happening for 2020, that us as a company are bang on trend for every single one of them. So it's never been a better time to be in a health profession, really, a health whole food sort of business. The new countries is amazing, really, really exciting. We should all be talking to people from, like, trying to get connections with people from those countries. And also just the memories and the bonds that you make with people at the weekends. Just so exciting. And I bought 2 tickets for Silverstone.
Well done. And that's a great summary from the conference, because how many conferences have you been to, Katie?
Well, I was trying to work it out. I reckon it's about 9 or 10.
Right. So where does that fit in the 9 or 10?
Oh, I mean, it will never stop me going, but I think the Saturday, like other than the first bit of the breakout session and the VIP experience, but maybe that was a good thing that it wasn't so good, because then I could be in the VIP getting my makeup done.
I've got to tell you, the last PMD meeting, we talked about these breakout sessions, and because the tickets sold out so quickly, they're now talking about actually making them part of the conference, which I think is an important thing to do.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, because everybody wants to go there, everyone wants to learn, and it's that that real, if you like, learning part of it. That's where we actually get that information from. Patrick, the countries that we're going into are Mexico, and we heard from the Mexican marketplace. We're also going into Malaysia with Singapore. We're also going into Romania, and we're going into Portugal. So the timings for all this, we're talking about Mexico. Is it the 1st of January? I think
No, they haven't said. They didn't announce.
They didn't say. Oh, so it's April, May, or April. March, April, May. Romania is the 1st of January.
Yeah. Portugal is March.
Portugal is March. And
Mexico, they just went, and so they've had a soft launch.
Malaysia, they've already done a soft launch. So if
with a big launch in April, or March, April, or May, yet to be decided.
There you go. There you go. So that's exciting, and now it's time to get these prospects going. Especially, we've got a couple of months lead up to that, and I'm sure that if you've got any prospects in these kind of areas, especially in Portugal, I mean, we're on the doorstep now. And as you know, that I thought the conference was the best one I've ever been to, because I had a guest sitting next to me from Portugal, and he got really excited about it. So it's interesting. You see the conference in different eyes when you've got someone brand new sitting next to you at a conference, and that's the message to everybody, really. Get new people there, and that's what the conference is all about. Vera, I see you down there. How are you? Tell us all about your takeaways from the conference.
Unmute. Hi. So I'm not going to repeat the same stuff, because at least the ones that have been, you know what you come out of from there, and it's the feeling. You're probably going to forget who we heard. My conferences are getting jumbled, who I saw where, which party was, which speaker was where. But the feeling that you get out of it, and definitely we're on a high now, but it's staying through the lows, because now it's fun. Although yesterday was a pretty like post-holiday blues. So I'll just go and share the notes that I took, and maybe some questions that some of you who are starting out can take as well, because I have sat down to answer them myself again. So some of them, or one of them, was start from wherever you are and with whatever you've got. Your superpower is you, and everything that you have, everything that you need is already in you. So we probably spend too much time, or I know I certainly do, looking for my weaknesses. But I think Dan mentioned, or maybe it was Mary on the masterclass, who said, use what you think is your weakness as your power, because that's your story, your vulnerability, that is your authenticity, and that's what will make people connect to you, not what you think your tribe wants or what you think you should be representing. And also it brought us back to, like, they asked us two key questions, which I think we all forget, especially the ones who have been involved with this for a while, was, what was life like before JP? And were you struggling with waking up, with energy, with skin, with digestions, all these things that now we take for granted? And I think I was telling Katie and Aviva that both me and my husband Greg were off the products for maybe a week, or maybe it was 2 weeks, until our new order came through. And of course, me taking it and represented it and being a little bit more healthy conscious than him, I felt the difference. Like day 2, this was how I was before. And he was the one who came up to me and said, oh my God, when are we going to get them? And when they arrived, like hand on heart, on the second day, he said, I already feel 100% better than I did. Because we were both just tired. This was how we were before. Tired during the day, tired on the sofa in the evening. We didn't have much time after the kids would go to sleep. So it's important to keep asking ourselves the questions, how it was. And the second one, like before we started taking the product. So this is talking about the products, and then what attracted us to JPNY. And this is where we find, like, this is the story that we need to be sharing. And also, where was that one that I wrote down? Was, like, I guess we all fall into the trap of comparison, and I know I certainly do. Why am I not here, there, position-wise? And it starts to become about me or about ourselves, and all. Quite a deep wake-up moment for me when they said that, and when I sat down to answer it, is what are the things, all the things that you have achieved so far. So my life, I may not be living the dream life in many ways, but I am in many ways also. I've always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, and also have an income, and also be growing and be surrounded by people, and all these things I am doing. I always wanted to have a job where I would be traveling. I always wanted to also help people and make an impact. And I'm doing all those things. So maybe like on the time when we stop thinking of me and think of all the things that we have achieved, however little they may seem, they're actually quite big. And confidence, I mean, this is what I feel like is one of my weaknesses. And I know certainly that I'm different than I was a month ago, than I was 6 months ago, and gosh, 3 years ago. I mean, I'm still blushing and have red cheeks, but I would probably be at the back of the room and I would be the kid in classroom who wouldn't raise the hand unless I 100% knew the answer. And it's just these little things, I guess, that if we share, we will find the people that are like us. And what was the last thing that I wanted to say? Key questions, what we have achieved. It's gone. But yeah, I'm really excited about what's coming. Yeah. There's so much new things happening, and just actually both you and Michelle have talked about this, just staying in the game and not give up, especially not on a bad day.
Yeah.
We are in it for the long run, and whoever sells this or any other business as a quick fix, this is not it. And there isn't. I mean, which business is a quick fix anyway?
Okay. Well, listen, brilliant. I mean, it was great to see you, and great to see you part of the team there. And you're right. What, 3 years in the business now? That's fantastic. And we're in it for the long term. It takes 3 to 5 years to get going. So well done. Thank you very much for sharing that. Harriet, I see you doing something up there. Is that you up there? Yeah. Do you want to just give us your takeaways? I see Alex behind you there as well. Hi, Alex. Hi. So tell us just briefly, what's your takeaway from the conference?
When I go to a conference, I think I always think about like the feeling that I get rather than like actually what I learn, because I learn it and I take it on board, but it's kind of difficult to like reiterate it, because the main thing that I'm thinking about is like the motivation that I got, the passion that you get back, and like everything like that. I definitely liked about the mindfulness of health, the lady that spoke about that, because that is something that I'm very interested in as I'm doing psychology and a nutrition course at the moment. And this is one of the things I like about this business. So yeah, I think those are the main things. And the party was really good this year.
Good. And you saw quite a bit of Edinburgh, I think, as well, didn't you?
Yeah, Edinburgh is actually really photogenic. So there was loads of little cafes with beautiful Instagrammable things like that you don't see, I guess, in Bristol, because they're like privately owned and things like little businesses.
Yeah.
And I found those places like the best. And we went around loads of tours that were really beautiful. Yeah, it's definitely very picturesque.
Excellent, excellent. Good. Welcome. That was good. Howard, I see you on the call. Thank you very much, Harriet. Howard, you there? Oh, no. Oh, yes, it is. Do you want to put your camera on?
Well, I've just been trying to work out how to do that, and I'm not sure I can. So
Jerry's under the lamp, so don't worry.
It'll grieve you all not to see me in person, I realise.
So tell us, what's your take away from the conference?
Well, you know, where does one start? I mean, something you said, you said a few minutes ago, Gordon, is that you know, a convention meet is just so much more exciting if you have teammates there, and you all know Iona, and I'm sure she's going to say a few words in it.
She's dropped off the call, actually.
Oh, is she? Okay, well, I'll message her in a minute and say that she's required. Okay. So, but no, just seeing her enthusiasm, her the way she hoovered up the information that was going on, and the immediate effect it's had. That's obviously been really, really exciting. But in no particular order, I think Paul Jarvis said to me, and I think he said a number of interesting things. The word that often cropped up, it's been consistency in the past, but I heard mindset an awful lot this time. Pride plus strength plus effort. So I like the sound of that. He also reminded us that the global the global wellness industry is $307 trillion, 4 times that of pharmaceutical. All our markets are currently in growth. 12,000 franchise partners. Whether you think we might be in the right place at the right time. The new markets that we've got coming on, that's very exciting. I've got a chat a week on Saturday with a young Romanian person I've got to know recently. Sue Oldrieve, what a wonderful lady she is. She got on famously with Paula, my other half. That they really got on like a house on fire. The Sue and Simon show was just priceless. Quite funny seeing Sue back off with Simon in full flow. That was that was quite funny, the body language there. Something Millie Jervis-Stringer said during the 4-year career panel, which obviously you were a part, Gordon. Listen to the language you use in your own mind. Create a superhero version of yourself, and live as that person every single day. I love that. Yeah, I could go on. Dan was absolutely tremendous. You know, really brave effort on not only with his run, but obviously sort of presenting it to us. You know, fighting his demons. You know, he really is an inspiration and something I'm going to be talking to him about very soon. A number of things that Emma Karen said, the various bullet points that she came up with, and something that Pixie Turner mentioned. I love the flexitarian. I've never heard that expression before. That was something, and mindful eating. I quite like the sound of that. So, yeah, I could go on. I won't. But yes, it was a magnificent conference. A lot of fun as always. Yeah, I've got my tickets for Silverstone as well.
Excellent, excellent. Good. Well, that's a great summary, I think, from the conference. And you know, obviously, everyone's got their own take on it, and everyone brings their own memories back with it. I think now the key for everybody really is to work towards the next conference. If you didn't get your ticket, they've gone up to $49.99. I think they have now, which is fine, but I mean, you know, $29.99 was even better. I've certainly got some tickets, so you know, if you are looking for maybe 1 or 2, we can probably help you out there. But it's now time to work on the next thing, which is the 1st of December. So we've got a fantastic lineup, and in fact, we're probably going to open up to a few groups as well on the 1st of December. But traditionally, this is our end of year kind of team get together. We have it at the Buckinghamshire as always, but they very kindly managed to put up their Christmas decorations around that time, and we have our Christmas lunch as well, which is memorable, and I'm sure Aviva will be able to cater for the vegans amongst us, and we will have a fantastic meal there. And I'm looking forward to, you know, welcoming you all there, as many as you can, with guests as well and new people, and you know, really just work on bringing people to the table. James, I know, is working on bringing and getting together some other meetings, and he's actually, he'll circulate that around in terms of the November meetings that he's working on. And I think he's actually working on a healthcare meeting with Jeff Montague-Smith that's going to kick off in the new year. So that would be a great meeting to go to and to lock ourselves in with Jeff and his team. That's
Gordon,
really,
Iona's back on, by the way.
Yeah, I see her. I was going to finish with her in a minute, Howard. So, yeah, if we can maybe just have Iona on for a couple of seconds, minutes, or whatever. Iona, new person at the conference. Tell us what your takeaway from the conference was. And I know that you've actually sponsored your best friend. That must be exciting. So tell us what you thought of the conference.
I just thought the conference, that really nailed it for me personally. Like, don't get me wrong, I was already in the business, but didn't really understand it too much, didn't really get it. But when I went to the conference and I went to the master classes, they explained the products perfectly. So it was just like a good understanding. Then they explained the business side of it, and yeah, got good knowledge from that. And then actually going in the conference, so I remember Saturday, if you lot don't, and I went to my party. But yeah, the conference on the Saturday, when I first walked into that room, I was like, am I at Saturday night takeaway? Like, I felt like I was at a show, literally. Like, I just felt like I was on a show. Like, have we got into the right place? I don't know. But yeah, just the energy of that conference was just like, I don't know, it was mind-blowing. It was overwhelming, don't get me wrong, because you get feed so much information. It's like your brain's on overtime. But at the same time, the energy of the crowd, the energy, the speakers, the health profession, every one of them, they come out, they uplift you, they give you, I love the Zumba, by the way, that halfway through, that was just great. And then, yeah, so me personally, I came back on fire. If you can see, I've come back with this drive. I've just got this drive, this energy from nowhere. Like, literally, as soon as I landed, I was sitting there with my Juice Plus book. All right, what am I going to do tomorrow morning? All right, I wrote myself my DMOs. Like, I need to get up. I took that, like, consistency is the main thing. That's what I really took from this. Like, you have to be consistent. Yes, you will have down days. You don't have to be perfect and reach to the top in 6 months. You can take your time and get up there. It's not a race for anybody. And yeah, I just came back feeling like, and that Dan, he made me cry. I love his story. Constance, she was just amazing for me. Lena, they were just all fantastic. I could relate to each and every one of them. And everyone's got different. What I loved is everybody's different. We're not all the same, and they're all achieving things. So you don't have to be this type of person to be getting there. You can be crazy like myself, because I'm very crazy. And I still can get out there with my crazy personality. So yeah, I just loved every minute. And how can I forget the haggis, man?
But wait a minute, you never even had any. You didn't even try it.
I did try it. I ate more than half of it.
You did. You told me. So Iona, this personifies exactly what we talked about. With a new person coming to the conference, the energy that you actually bring back with you. You didn't need an aircraft to fly back, did you?
Almost. Walk back from that conference.
Absolutely. Well, I think that's a very fitting way and an excellent way to finish off the call tonight. And I thank you all for giving up your time tonight. I've recorded this, so if you would like to share it with anybody, we'll put that on YouTube, and then we'll put it out to everybody. Please put the scissors away.
Before Jerry cuts off his finger.
Yeah, Edward Scissorhands, Jerry Hale. And we look forward to seeing you all on the 1st of December at the Buckinghamshire Golf Club. and please bring as many people as you can along to that. And we'll look forward to spending time and having Christmas lunch with you. Thank you very much, and
Bye.
have a lovely evening. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
See you
Bye.
soon.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.